Whoever built the pyramids of Egypt clearly knew the accurate size of the Earth. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just some wild theory. When you carefully study the dimensions and structure of the pyramids, it becomes obvious that their builders had surprisingly advanced knowledge of Earth thousands of years ago. Welcome once again, viewers. The more we try to understand the pyramids of Egypt, the more mysterious they become. There's no doubt that they are filled with countless mysteries that researchers and Egyptologists are still trying to solve today. One of the biggest mysteries is, how were the pyramids built, and what was their real purpose? After years of research, we are told that the pyramids were tombs for the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. These pharaohs were considered more than kings, they were treated almost like gods, and supposedly buried inside the pyramids. But interestingly, archaeologists have never found the mummy of a single pharaoh inside any pyramid. In fact, there's no solid evidence showing that any mummy was ever discovered inside a pyramid. What we do know is that the Great Pyramid was constructed using around 2.3 million limestone blocks. Each block weighs about as much as an elephant. The base covers nearly 13 acres, and the pyramid stands about 481 feet tall. What's even more incredible is that the eastern and western walls of the three pyramids align almost perfectly with the North Pole. Thousands of years ago, this massive structure was positioned with a level of accuracy comparable to modern compasses. And that's not all. The base of the pyramid is leveled with an accuracy of just 0.75 inches. Engineers understand how difficult that is, even with today's modern laser leveling systems. There's also evidence showing that the four outer walls, built from enormous stone blocks weighing several tons each, were constructed at a precise angle. Each side measures almost exactly 230 meters, with a difference of no more than about 2 inches between them. That means the walls are roughly 99.98% accurate. But the mystery goes even deeper. The people who built the Great Pyramid may also have known the size of the Earth. Pay close attention to this point. As you know, during winter the days become shorter and the nights longer. In summer, the opposite happens. But there are only 2 days in a year when day and night are exactly equal, around March 21st and September 22nd. These are called the solar equinoxes, when the sun is directly above the equator. On those days, daylight and nighttime each last exactly 12 hours. 12 hours equals 43,200 seconds. Now here's the interesting part. If you multiply 43,200 by the height of the Great Pyramid, the result comes remarkably close to the Earth's polar radius. According to this theory, the calculation is about 99.63% accurate. And there's more. If the perimeter of the pyramid's base is multiplied by 43,200, the result closely matches the Earth's circumference with an accuracy of around 99.34%. One coincidence might be accidental. But getting over 99% accuracy twice makes many people wonder if there's something deeper going on. Another fascinating detail is that the pyramid doesn't actually have 4 sides, it has 8. The extra sides become visible only during the solar equinoxes when viewed from above. This was first noticed in 1940 by a British Air Force pilot flying over the pyramids. So the question becomes, how did people thousands of years ago know the Earth's dimensions so precisely? The pyramids seem far more complex than we once believed. These facts make it difficult for some people to accept that they were built over 4,500 years ago using ancient technology. Some theories even suggest that a highly advanced lost civilization may have helped build them. Author Graham Hancock proposed that the pyramids align with the 3 stars of Orion's belt. According to his theory, the positions of the Giza pyramids matched those stars perfectly thousands of years ago. However, astronomers argue that the alignment matches more closely with the sky as it appeared around 10,500 BCE, long before ancient Egyptian civilization officially existed. There's also physical evidence that raises questions. Boston University professor Robert Schoch argued that the erosion patterns on the Great Sphinx were caused not just by wind and sand, but by heavy rainfall and flowing water. Today, the Giza Plateau is extremely dry, and it was dry during the time of the pharaohs as well. But according to this theory, the erosion suggests a much wetter climate in the distant past. Science also tells us that around 9700 BCE, the last ice age ended. Melting glaciers caused sea levels to rise dramatically, and massive floods occurred across parts of the world. Some researchers believe water may once have flowed through the region where the Sphinx now stands. The connection between the pyramids, Earth's measurements, the equinoxes, their perfect alignment with true north, and their astonishing precision leads some people to believe that the pyramids may have been inherited from an earlier advanced civilization and later used by the Egyptians for religious purposes. Ancient Egyptian writings contain a great deal of information about their history and religion, yet strangely, they provide very little detail about how the pyramids were actually built. How much of these theories is true? As science advances, perhaps one day the real answers will finally be revealed.